One. And we are live. Drum roll, everyone. It's another exciting day to be here speaking with you guys. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I hope you're having the very best of today, wherever it is that you are joining us from. So, my name is Emmanuel. I'm a developer support engineer here at Fuse Network. And today we are going to be talking to an amazing team doing something very amazing in the blockchain space, especially with account abstraction. So it's my delight to welcome Samad and Gautam from JiffyScan, who will be taking us through a webinar today as part of the hackathon activities. And it's also a delight to announce to you, although we've already sent out the Twitter announcement that JiffyScan is joining us as a partner for this hackathon. And as a result, we have extended the submission deadline for the hackathon so that you'll be able to build those your projects out, given the ideas that you're going to be hearing today from the team. See how you can leverage on JiffyScan to extend your projects and then make your submissions in due time. So having said that, I'll pass it over to Samat and Gautam for some introductions before we move into the presentation. It's a delight to have you here, guys.
Okay, so hello everyone. It's a thank you, Emmanuel, for a warm introduction with the developers out there. So GM guys, myself Samarth. I am currently a developer relation engineer at Jiffy Labs. So like we are working in account abstraction in more than a year now. We have been partnered with multiple chains. So yeah, we are very excited to be doing collaboration with the Fuse network. I'm gonna see multiple new projects you guys are working on and delivering to the Fuse hackathons. Over to you, Gautam. Right.
Welcome, guys. Nice to meet you all. So, I am heading the tech and product at Jiffy Labs. Basically, the aim is to make sure the user experience in Web3 is improved by miles and by miles. All these things like seed phrases and other things needs to go away and have like a seamless Web2 experience in the Web2 world. That's what we're trying to help. Nice to meet you, and over to you, Samath.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you very much for the intro, guys. And then a couple of ground rules before we go into the session. Please remember that if you have any questions, you can drop them under the post here on Twitter, or if you're on YouTube, just drop them on the comments, and we'll be able to like answer your questions during the course of this session. So it's a delight to have you here, guys, and I am handing over to you. Thank you very much. Take it
Yes.
away, Smart.
Yeah. So like, hello developers. Myself, Samath, as you know, now with the recent introduction. So we'll be starting with the JiffyScan introduction. We'll be taking you from how you guys can utilize our main account abstraction core infra, and you guys can develop a cool projects over it using the Fuse in our Fuse hackathon. So yeah, let's get deep dive into it. So the main ideology is like why we used to use account abstraction, or like what's the major difference between the externally owned accounts as well as the right now, which is that modern day smart contract wallet accounts. So basically, as I give a brief here, I have covered around the five majority of the key points, which can delivering the major differences between the EOAs versus the smart contract wallets. So I hope like pretty you guys are pretty aware about what account abstraction is doing. If yes, it's pretty good. If not, I'll be taking you. So this is the majority of the difference between the EOAs and the smart contract wallets. If I talk about the control perspective, the modern or the old wallets are basically controlled by the private key. As you guys know, it's a basically a famous quote which is like not your keys, not your funds. So you need to keep your private keys safe, guys, obviously. And then if we talk about the smart contract wallets account, so basically, as you know, all the smart contracts wallets are being controlled by a code, which is in a smart contract itself, which is the primary advantage of using the account abstraction over the old day technologies. Then I came to the transaction internationalization of the old account versus new. Like we can, yeah, obviously we can do. transaction with our old wallet, but we have some limitations about it. We can transfer tokens, but not we cannot sponsor guest fees like the paymaster is doing right now in the account abstraction zone. So like old accounts can initiate transactions, but like modern day smart contract wallets can only send transactions between the multiple wallets and they can receive it. And then, as I already told you guys, yeah, you can easily transfer your USDT, Ethereum, so etc. On multiple networks. Also, the JiffyScan supports multi-chain compatibility, so you guys can easily store and you guys can easily go through in-depth visualization of your transactions with pre-chain and post-chain visibility on multiple chains, including Polygon, Arbitrum, Optimism, etc. So it's free of cost. Obviously, the old accounts cost nothing to use it. But like if you are using with the account abstraction technology or the core info, so you need to pay some network storage fees to store your private keys, to sponsors gas fees using the paymasters and all. And usability is like you need to have your seed phrase to get login back to your old account, and then for the smart contract account you can easily sign up using your signer key. Is everything okay? If you guys feel any of the question, and we are happy to help you in a chat box. So keep engaging the chat on. So like the major question is like what is account abstractions right now. So as much as I know about it, so like I basically dropped the account abstraction topic into three major components, like which is basically the smart contracts. The second functionality is using account functions, and the third functionality is using about the security and the flexibility of your accounts. Like smart contracts are obviously it's very beneficial for you to execute and define all of your logical codes and for all the account operation which is being held during the transaction phase. And then about the account functions, smart contracts can very well manage your functions, like they will help us to sign your transactions. It can control permissions. It can also handle various security perspective by signing in, signing off, like approving of your transactions and etc. And the third and the last most important feature of the account abstraction is like the security and the flexibility which we need right now in our blockchain space. So obviously it will give you the ability to store your funds, it can customize your accounts, it can provide you greater control over your account and you guys can easily perform multiple operation over it. Also, don't forget we'll be showing some demo at the end of the account section, so you will be getting clear out with the main concept later on also. So it's a brief overview how account abstraction works. So it's for basically all the developers how who are viewing right now. So first of all, the users signed in the account and they perform the operations. As soon as the user performs the operation, all the transactions are being packaged and transferred it into the meme pool. So basically, meme pool is the pool for all the user ops which are being stored in a single place. And then bundlers plays a very crucial role in the account abstraction infra. So like bundles monitors all of your user ops which are being stored in the meme pool, and like it bundled all our transactions and then which are valid for the further on process and being which is being carried out by the entry point. So then it all your funds get transferred to the bundled and then bundlers to the entry point. Then what's entry point is doing right now? So basically entry point handles all your the old transactions which is being carried out from the user ops to the bundlers to the entry point, and then it executes a transaction and then it's cross and it verifies using the count. It send the it's make the execution loop process. It executes all of your call data and then verifies if your account is like is account is legit or is like account is verified or not. And then as soon as your account gets signed in, your account is get verified, all of your data get successfully added to Ethereum node and all your transactions get be proceed okay. Also don't forget we have a two major component also which includes paymasters and the aggregator. So paymaster is like it sponsors your transaction if you don't hold the native token to pay your gas fees. So be chill devs. you can easily sponsor your transactions using the paymasters. If I talk about the aggregator part, so basically aggregator is used for signing all the aggregation, all the transactions, which will automatically reduce all of its signatures into the one and makes the processor seem fast and the seamlessly for the for process. So yeah, what Jiffys can give you, or like what everything you guys need from us. So like basically we provide the making three most utmost priority services in the account abstraction stack, which is like paymasters, bundlers, data APIs, and at the end, the best developer experience as I can say you. So you guys can easily use our services. We are live on multiple chains right now. We also support Fuse, we also support Polygon, Ethereum, etc. So you guys can easily integrate your dApps. You can easily build a cool dApps using our services and get the best developer experience obviously. So we provide all the bundlers, paymasters, and data APIs. You can easily customize your data APIs and make your data fetching or data latency, reduce it to the minimum seconds, and yeah, you can enjoy the process on. So like why JiffyScan? So basically, we give you at most three advantage over using others competitors right now in the market. Like we covered up with the real time data sync technology. We are always up to date. You guys can easily check our explorer, or you can easily check our services. You can use our services and get your latest data, blockchain data in your monitor right away. We got you covered with all the tracing and debugging capability. So you guys can easily trace your transactions. You guys can easily debug your all the errors in the simplest UI manner. So you need not to worry about handling all that errors which are being carried out during the transactions. And at the end, which is that most important point, which is like customized data APIs, like multiples service provider right now is only being limited to the specific APIs. Key, hey devs, you can only use those APIs. You are not able to go on this, but we provide you the upper advantage of using our services, which is like you guys can easily customize your data APIs. We also provide comprehensive stack with the pre and post chain visibility. You can easily watch your transaction. You can easily debug your errors in the transaction, and at the end, it will help you to simplify all your infrastructures and the development out there. So yeah, we'll be showing some demo right now. So Gautam will present you the demo how you can build a dApp using our services, and you can easily integrate with Fuse over it. So here is our community link. I'll be sharing to the Emmanuel, and he will share you in the chat. Or else you can scan the QR and you will be get redirected to the dashboard, our early access PG link, and many more. So over to you, Gautam, right now.
Thanks, Amut, for giving a brief about JiffyScan. We built out this quick demo in the last day. Basically, you will show how you can log in and mint tokens in like a gasless and seamless manner. So using Privy, you'll be able to like create an embedded wallet and log in. Just select one of the Google accounts. Once logged in, a smart account will be created, and you can go about asking the users to do any kind of action in your D app. Like for this particular address, I can just quickly search for it, and you can notice that hey, that it has zero fuse balance. Now, unlike without account abstraction, you would have had to ask your users to go to an exchange, get fuse tokens, transfer it to the address, and then go about NFT kind of action. So here you can directly just jump, ask the user to do any kind of action they want. You can just sign a transaction. It'll take some time to mint it, sending the transaction through. Okay, looks like the transaction has been minted. to the account. So it's as simple as that to actually for the user to start minting transactions. Uh, yeah, that was a quick demo from our side.
Awesome.
So yeah, developers, we are open for questions. So you can ask your queries in a chat box, and we are happy to help you out. So as I
Awesome.
can see, is JiffyScan free for use? So Gautam, can you please answer it?
Yeah, JiffyScan is free for use. That's a free tag that you can get. You can uh, jump to the dashboard in JiffyScan. I can just quickly share my screen for this. Yeah, you can just come to the dashboard.jiffyscan.xyz, go to the API key section, and you can create your API key over here. You can then go about using the API key for three functionalities, whether to get data for your user operations or user paymaster. For the hackathon, we are sponsoring all the user operations done in Fuse. So this will be for Fuse mainnet.
Awesome. Awesome. I think we also have a second question from the same person, right? You can. Do you want me to go ahead and read it out, or you want to like just put it on the screen?
Can I use JiffyScan for data analytics? As of right now, we have indexed all the user operations in a particular chain. So you can go ahead and use JiffyScan's APIs to get ERC20 transfers, ERC721 transfers from smart accounts, and analyze it the way you feels right.
Awesome. I think you can just answer the second part of the question in the same breath. Said
Explore,
exploring transactions
explore
using an
transactions
API.
using
Yeah.
API. Yes, you'll be able to explore all user operations using the API.
Oh, okay. Noted. So I think those are practically the questions that we have right now. And this has been a very, very insightful session. So we do not have any other questions right now on YouTube, and I'm looking at the comments here on Twitter. So then again, if you do have any questions, please you can reach out to the JiffyScan team. Go to the website, follow them on Twitter, join their Discord, join their Telegram, and ask your questions there. Samat would always be there to provide all the support that you need, and Gautam. And please note, JiffyScan is a sponsor and a partner in the Fuse Summer 2024 Hackathon. That means they are offering rewards for the winning teams and then the runner-up teams as well. So to learn more about those bounty offering, remember to sign up for the hackathon on Dora Hacks. We have extended the hackathon submission up until up until August 11th. That means you still have about 11 days to make a submission and participate in this hackathon. And then when you read through the bounces section on the hackathon, on the page on Dora Hacks, you would find the section for the JiffyScan bounces. So do well to build using those bounties as a guide, or if you want to make a submission for an even more amazing idea that you have in your head, please feel free to do so and make a submission under the open track. This has been a delightful session, albeit a very short one. I don't know if you have anything else to share, Gautam, Samat, before we end this session. That is the demo link here in the comments. I am going to copy this and share it on Twitter as well. So, guys, this has been very, very insightful. Thank you for walking us through that
Yeah,
demo, Gautam. So,
feel
before we
free
wrap
to.
things up, yeah,
Yeah, sorry.
before we wrap things up, I would want to give the opportunity to shed more light on how the APIs work and also the limits on the API keys for new users. And to the extent of analytics, because I want to like expand more upon the question that was asked. What kind of data aside from user operations data can any user get when they use JiffyScan APIs?
Uh, yeah, definitely. Emmanuel, just share my screen. We have so we have a README section that you can quickly view it. So for any particular chain, there are, I think for, as a DApp user, there are a few things that would be pretty important for you guys. One is getting the user operation hash. Similarly, in a normal transaction, you have to and from address, but over here, if you're using going through account abstraction, you would have to use get user operation hash function. This endpoint basically gives details for a user operation, where it says that okay, hey, there was a there was this smart contract which interacted with this particular wallet, and there were so and so logs and also so and so transfers happening in it. This particular page over here is actually powered by the get user of hash API, where you're able to see who was the sender, target, the time, status, and other information. You can also get details about an account, like for this particular account, if you want to look at, hey, these are all the user operations from it. There is an API called get address activity that you can check it in account get address activity. We also do get account address balances, NFT transfers, and transactions. You can get to know all the information about an account in case you want to analyze an account. For getting, you can always also get logs for a particular user operation hash by using the get user op logs API. There are no logs for this particular user op. But yes, you'll be able to get user op logs and get the logs for a user operation. We have get user op logs. Cool. So, in terms of for the free API key, you'd be able to do 1,000 calls a day. Do reach out to us in case you want an extension on the limit. We have to do more calls in a particular day.
And also note that if you win in this hackathon, that limit gets extended. So I'm not going to tell you to what number, but rest assured, it's a pretty large number that you would want to like take advantage of. And thank you very much for walking us through those particular endpoints. I know as users go read through the API and see the documentation for themselves, they will get to like see a lot more of these endpoints. And then again, if you have any questions, you have any comments, please kindly share them either on Twitter, or if you are watching on YouTube, kindly share them on YouTube. This has been a very insightful session. Remember again, it's geared towards the Fuse Summer 2024 Hackathon with JiffyScan as a partner. And the deadline for the hackathon has been extended. You still have 11 days to build your projects and make submissions. That said, before we wrap this up, quickly again, just to be very certain about the URL, it is jiffyscan.xyz. So you can go there, scroll to the bottom of the page, you'll find the links to join the Discord, the Telegram, and also to follow JiffyScan on Twitter. This has been a very delightful session. And then just one last question before we close it out. So regarding paymasters, right? For users that want to carry out transactions using native ERC20, how does JiffyScan power that?
So working with the ERC20s becomes a lot easier with the paymaster, unlike before where you had to ask your users to do 2-3 different signatures, where one is to approve your ERC20 and second is to interact with the contract. Using paymasters and also the bundlers, you'll be able to batch these transactions and sponsor this transaction for your user. So basically all they have to do is like sign a message if you're using Privy. With Web3 auth, you'll be able to even skip the signing part for the user, and it can just be done in the background for the user. So the user doesn't need to really do anything from his side other than just say, hey, I want to send it to this particular person, or swap it for some so-and-so token to so-and-so token.
Awesome, awesome. And that makes it even a delightful experience. So if you're a Web2 developer who does not understand anything about building on Web3 using Web3 programming languages, you can quickly pick up the JiffyScan set of APIs and then be able to build Explorer tools, visualization tools, and also carry out other certain methods that require you writing information on chain. So this has been a very insightful and delightful one. Thank you very much, Samat. Thank you very much, Gautam. I don't know if you have any last words before we close this out. Any advice to developers that are going to be building? What are you looking at for in terms of submission? I know they are going to be reading the information on the bounces, but what else particularly are your expectations regarding developers that build and want to make submissions?
Definitely. We are definitely looking for any kind of application, pretty much any application built on Web3, but you shouldn't know it's a Web3 application at all. If you can make the application in such a way that, hey, you're signing in using either Google or they're using passkeys or a fingerprint sign in, and they maybe use it for any kind of analytics, or they want to use it for something related to NFTs, a game, whatever is done, but the Web3 experience needs to be hidden from the user.
Awesome, awesome. So a smooth and social Web3 experience. That is a good way to end this session in a very smooth manner. And I want to say thank you once again to the JiffyScan team for
Yeah.
being a partner and a sponsor in this hackathon. So this is where we end it, guys. Thank you so much for coming on
Thank
board.
you.
Bye,
Thank you,
everyone.
everyone. Thank
See
you,
you in the
Emmanuel,
next
for
one.
inviting us. Bye bye.